Hey everybody, Tim Banazek here. How are you guys doing? So we're upgrading. We are now officially, we're actually going to, we're going to do longer versions. We're going to do a long version of breaking a box. And I'm super excited about this because stopping and waiting, I'm not a patient guy. I really need to go through it because I get really excited because I really want to share this with you guys. So you guys ready? Here we go. Baseball graded, okay? The first one up is a 1949 a U Cards batter up. It's graded by PSA. I think that's a game card, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's a game card. It's stolen base. 1949, and it's a 7, a near mint 7. Not a bad play, right? Oh, here we go. Check this out. Nolan Ryan. That's a 69 Ryan. How cool is that? That's the year of the Mets. That's the Amazing Mets, baby. It's 1969 Amazing Mets. Oh, I love that card. It's graded a 3, and it is my dad's favorite player. So I loved this. I loved Nolan Ryan. And I saw Nolan Ryan quite a bit in the early 80s when I would go up to Montreal with my dad. Next one, we're sticking with Nolan Ryan. Check it out. There we go. There's a Nolan Ryan. That's a 76, 6.5. Not a bad pull. Holy cow. Check that out. That is a 1952 look and see Babe Ruth. How cool is that? I love that. That is awesome. That's awesome. That was that big set. I think it had tons and tons of other people in it. Like it had painters and Picasso and all different, George Washington, who knows? I don't know, generally who was in the set, but it had a lot of famous people. That's what I remember. Here's another Ruth. Check that out. That's a Babe Ruth right there. That's a 61 Fleer. I love that card. I love that whole set because it's sort of random. It's a good grade right there. A 3 for a 61. I like it. I think it's pretty cool. Another Nolan. And this is an awesome card. This is really cool. There you go. That's a 71 Nolan Ryan. That's graded a 6. Oh, God, I love him. He was awesome. He could chuck it like nobody's business. Here's a 1977. That's a strikeout leader. Graded a 6.5. Here is a 79. Oh, I remember these cards. I collected these. Yep, that's a 79. I actually collected these when I was a kid in the 79 set. That's pretty cool. Graded a 7, GMA 7. And 1971 Tom Timmerman. A good grade. It's a 7. 1971 Tom Timmerman. Holy cow, check this out. That's a Mickey. That's a Mick right there. And it is a 1997... My eyes are so bad. But 1997, and that's a game-used jersey. That's a Mantle game-used jersey. How cool is that? That's awesome right there. Graded a 10. BCC G10. Sticking with Mick. 1960. Check that out. Graded a 3. That's an all-star Mick right there. Wow, look at that. God, I love Mickey Mantle. I love all that stuff, man. That's pretty cool. Here is a 1976, what's it? TCMA Mick. That's a 9.5. That's a sharp card. What is that? That's a 53 Bowman right there. That's a 53 Bowman. Oh, I love that. That's Barra, Bauer, and Mantle. 4.5. Oh, beautiful card. Absolutely beautiful card. Sticking with Mick. This is crazy. This is where this collection just is so much fun because you just don't know what you're going to get. A Mickey Clutch HR. Ready? That's World Series Game 3, 1965. And that's a 7. That's a sharp grade for Mick for a 65. Love it. Love it. Let's see. Here's a 63. And this is, again, Mantle, sticking with Mantle. Tresh, Mantle, and Richardson. What's the grade on that? That's a 6. That's a graded 6. God. This is fun, right? You're having fun with me, right? This is pretty cool. This is cool. Here's a 1961 Mantle, Maris, and Lemon. Look at that. That's graded a 6. That's a sharp card. I like that. Again, Maris, Mantle, Lemon. A 1971 Jay Johnstone. He was fun to watch. I watched him in the 80s. I remember. He was fun to watch. Jay Johnstone. 1970. That's a 7. That's a nice card. What's the next one? Here we go. Petey. Charlie Hustle. I love it. Charlie Hustle. That's a 69. That's a Decal Edge. Topps Decal Edge. And that's graded a 5. God, Pete. I'm a pro Pete Hall of Famer, man. I think the guy deserved to be in the Hall of Fame. That's just my opinion. That's a nice card right there. That's a fun card. Next one, a 1961. This is Aaron Banks Matthews, home run leaders. Look at that. There's some good players on that card. Are they all Hall of Famers? No. There's Boyer. Boyer's on there as well. So Aaron Banks and Matthews. Graded a 4. That's pretty cool. Denny McLain. Denny McLain could play. He could pitch, man. No doubt. That's also a Decal Edge right there. 1969 Decal Edge. That's a graded a 6. I think Denny McLain's career got cut short. He would have been a lot better. Here's cool. Switching Sports. Here's something pretty random. Switching Sports. That's a Johnny U. Graded at 8. BCCG. BCCG graded an 8. Johnny Unitas. I believe one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. No doubt. Dude would just stand there. Yep. He could chuck it, man. No doubt. 1972 Roger Hornsby. This is a Kellogg's from 72. Look at that. I didn't even know that they did Kellogg's cards back then. That's awesome. An all-time baseball great. That's graded a 7. Next one. Here's another Decal. Ready? Yaz. Mr. Yastrzemski. Carl Yastrzemski. Last Triple Crown winner, if I'm not mistaken, right? Well, I know he won the Triple Crown in like 67 or 68. But I loved Yaz in the 80s. He retired as I was getting more and more into collecting. I think he retired in 83. I believe it was 83 that he retired. The stuff I remember. And I can't even remember what I learned in school, but I remember stuff like that. It's nuts. Next one, 1969 AL batting leaders. Yaz, Cater Olivia, Danny Cater. Don't even know him. Honestly, I would love to actually look up his stats. But that's a 7, a 1968. No, it's a 69. That's right. It's a 69. 1969 batting leaders. Tony Oliva. Carl Yastrzemski. Next one. Here's another Decal. Don Kessinger. Donnie Kessinger. That's a graded a 4. Don't know much about him, so I'm not going to try to sling anything at you about him because I just don't know a lot about Donnie Kessinger. So, next one. Oh, one of my all-time favorite pitchers. Ready? And it's graded a 9. This is awesome right here. That's a Decal, graded 9. That's a Bob Gibson. One of my favorite pitchers of all time. The dude would chuck it at you. He would literally get so angry if you did something to piss him off. He would throw the ball at you. And he didn't care. Right? God, I love Mr. Gibson. Mr. Gibson. Next one. Babe Ruth. This is cool. It's an 8th grade, but this is a 72 Babe. In that Kellogg's. That same Kellogg's. 1972 Kellogg's Baseball Greats. And that's a graded an 8. Right? The Babe. Dude could hit bombs. Bombs. Next one is a 1979 Topps Maris Aaron. That's where this is cool. It's graded a 10. Okay? And I know people will be like, oh, it's not PSA, it's not Beckett, it's not this. I'm a collector, man. It's graded a 10. That's how I feel. I'm not out here trying to sling cards, from this collection. I'm just having fun with it. So seeing a 10, this is pretty cool. No doubt about it. So moving on to the second side of this, I'm going to move that stack over there, and we're going to start another batch here. No doubt. Here we go. Ready? Oh, here's another Mick. Check this out. That's great right there. A 1963 Bazooka Mickey Mantle. It's an authentic. God, this is so awesome. This is awesome. This is where my adrenaline gets going because it's so unique. Like something like 1963 Bazooka. That's cool. That's cool. That's something I would have collected as a kid because I loved all these unique things when I was collecting, in the 80s. What is this? I have no idea what this is. But it is it just looks like, it says Jackie Robinson, and it's from his 52 card. Look at that. I don't know what it is. It could be real. It could be fake. I have no idea. So I'm not even going to go there and try to. But it's his 52 card. It's almost like a proof or something. I don't know. But it's cool. I think it's cool as hell. What's the next one? The next one is a 1960. Oh, my God. Holy cow. 1963 Topps Pride of NL. That's Amaze and Usual. Holy cow. I'm crawling out of my skin right now. Wait till you see the next card. This is nuts. Check that out, though. That's a 63 Maze and Usual. This is my favorite. My favorite player of all time. I just showed you that this card, this is what I love to find. Check that out. That's a 53 Jackie. That's a 53 Jackie. This is awesome. He's one of my favorite players. This is why I love this. Oh my God. This is outstanding. That's a 53 Jackie. Holy cow. This is awesome. Oh my God, my adrenaline is so amped up right now. This is why I love this. This is why. Check that out. That's a 53 Jack. That's a beautiful card too. Oh my God, how gorgeous is that? That's gorgeous. There's no creases. The corner's not bad, but wow. Oh my God. Oh my God, here's another one. Here's another Jackie. A 55 Golden Stamps Jackie Robinson. That's an 8, WBG 8, and that's from 55. This is awesome. Oh my God. I love Jackie. This is, yes. Check it out. Oh, wow. A 1955 Golden Stamp Jackie Robinson. 1955. That's a stamp from 1955. Oh, wow. Here's another one of my faves. Oh, my gosh. I'm on a good run right now. This is where I'm amped up. This run is great for me. That's a Clemente. That's a 61 Fleer. I think, no, that's not a 61 Fleer. I forget what it is, but it's a Fleer. Is it 63? It might be 63. I'm going to have to get back to you on this. But it's 61 or 63 Fleer. Roberto Clemente. Guy was just, he could hit, he could throw, he could do just about everything. To think, 3,000 hits, man. On the money. On the dot. Wow. Here we go. Continuing on, as I'm all jacked up from the Jackie Robinsons and the Roberto Clementes. All jacked up. 1963 Rookie Stars. That's a Gaylord Perry. That's a Gaylord Perry, right? That's, yep, Gaylord Perry rookie. 1963 Stars. That's a graded a 5. Gaylord Perry. The guy was, he was a spitball artist, man. That's all he did. And he wiping Vaseline all over himself. He was a mess. He was a mess. Wow, here's some contemporary stuff. You ready? That's a Jeter, a 1996 Topps Jeter. It's an 8.5. 8.5. There you go. DJ. The captain. The captain. Oh, wow. Check this out. 1952 Monty Irvin. That's graded an 8. This is nuts. This is so cool. This is really, this second, I don't know which one's better. The first row or the second row. But I'm telling you, I'm feeding into this second row. This second row is really feeding. This is crazy. Monty Irvin. That's graded an 8. Oh, I love that. Oh, here you go. Another, sticking with the 52 Bowman. Campy. Roy Campanella. And that's a 7. Right? That's a 7. Another unbelievable baseball star who, yeah, his career got cut short. I actually met him at Vero Beach quite a few times when I was a kid. We would go, we'd go down to spring training, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. And met him, this was back in the day, met Sandy Koufax, met them all. Met all the old Dodger blue stars. Here you go. Oh, wow, this is going back. Check that out. That's a 1941 Bill Dickey. Unbelievable catcher for the Yanks back in the 30s and the 40s. Wow, Bill Dickey. Check it out. Check it out. That's a 1941 play ball, graded a 4. Sharp card. All right. Here you go. Now we're getting into some old stuff. 1939 play ball, Pinky May. Graded an 8. That's a 1939 card, graded an 8. That's just awesome in itself. To me, that's where this is just really fun, because it's not the actual player, but it's the fact that the card remained that in that graded condition for that's 61 for almost 85 years. That's the math. That's the math taking toll. I can do math. Can't remember what I learned in social studies, but I can remember I can do some math. Here we go. Here you go. We're going to Hammer and Hank now. Check that out. Hammer and Hank, that's graded a 3. That's a 1961 Hammer and Hank. And I love Hank Aaron. Loved him. Saw him inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1982 with Frank Robinson. Met a lot of guys. Got his autograph. Yep, I got it on a Little League ball. Not even an official ball. And I still have the ball. Hammer and Hank again. Here we go. What do you think? I like that. That's a 4.5. 1963, 4.5. God, I could play. All these guys could play. No doubt. Oh, here you go. Going back to Babe. A 1961 Topps. Babe Ruth hits 60th homer. That's a 6. That's a nice grade for that. The Babe. George Herman Ruth. God, you want to know what? The guy just he just came to the stadium every day. Didn't matter where he was the night before, and just hammered homers. And didn't matter. That's all he did. Just hammered homers and just had a blast. And was just nice. And was nice, which is even better. Next one. Could be one of the greatest catchers of all time. Johnny Bench. No doubt. One of the greatest catchers of all time. And that's a 69. That's his second year card. And that's graded a 6. Look at that. Johnny Bench. He played on the Big Red Machine. And speaking of the Big Red Machine, I met Pete Rose. How cool was that? We just transitioned right into the Big Red Machine. That's a Pete, graded a 5. What do you think? It's a BVG 5. God, I love Pete Rose. I collected him as a kid. Okay. This is a checklist. It's a 1969 Bob Gibson second series checklist. Check out the grade. That's a 9. A 1969 9. Card 107. Wow. Look at that. That's a super, super sharp card, too. Holy cow. This is awesome. I'm thinking this second row is my row, man, because I'm having a blast. One of my favorite pitchers, Tom Seaver. Awesome. Another guy on that amazing Mets. Think about that. Koosman, Nolan Ryan, and Tom Seaver. That's like, what a rotation back then. You know? And the fact that they only did it once, but they were all young and they were all rookies. But check that out. That's a 69 Seaver. And it's graded a 6. Love it. What's this? 53. Check it out. 53 Bowman, Warren Spahn. That's another great card. It's a 6, an OC6. Yeah, that's a real OC6. No doubt. Warren Spahn. I met him a couple times. Good guy. Here we go. A 1964 Harmon Killebrew. Mr. Killebrew. Loved this guy. Also, you want to know, I love baseball. So a lot of times I'll be like, I love this guy. I love this guy. It's just because I love baseball. I love a lot of these guys. Like they were just entertaining, and I know them all, meaning I know a lot about them and I know their history because I loved studying baseball. I love this. And this is why I love collecting. And that's why I love this freaking collection. It's unfreaking believable. It's unbelievable. And I love sharing it, by the way. Next up. You ready? 1964. Here's a Phil Niekro rookie. Check it out. Mr. Knucksy. Phil Niekro could throw a knuckleball like nobody's business. The ball would just stand still and just drop off the table. That's what Phil Niekro did. God, that's a good card. Yep. Next one. Going back to Ryan Express. Here we go. Nolan Ryan, 5.5. Look at that. That's a 1973 5.5. BVG 5.5. Again, Nolan. Guy was ridiculous. Machine. He was a machine. He truly was a machine. I'll bet you he could go out right now and throw 9. That's what a machine he was. That's how good he was. He was awesome. What's this? Sticking with Nolan, but we're getting into the newer stuff. Check that out. That's a 10 though. Ready? That's a 1990 Nolan Ryan Baseball Hero 10. You ready? As we continue down this path, We are now on the Ryan Express. So we are now pulling some Ryans, which I think is cool. This is a 1991 Pacific Nolan Ryan. I think this is from the Nolan Ryan set. Like, I think there was a Nolan Ryan set back in the 91. And that's a 10. That's a 10. Look at that leg kick. Look at that. And then he just buzz it past you. And you had no chance. No chance. 19, here we go. Another Nolan Ryan. But this is my era. 1982, graded a 9. And that is Nolan Ryan and Steve McCaddy. A lot of people wouldn't even know who Steve McCaddy was. But Steve McCaddy was he was a great pitcher for a while. But he just never got a lot of notoriety. But the guy could pitch. But look at that. That's a 9. That's a beautiful card. I love that card right there. You ready? Next up, we're going back to the Decoledge. 1969 Decoledge. Von Marichal. This guy could buzz it. He could buzz it. No doubt. That's a 4. Mr. Marichal. He's a Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Famer. Oh, wow. Check it out. Going back to the 1972 Kellogg's, Eddie Collins, baseball great, graded a 7. Eddie Collins. He played for the Black Sox, I think. Yeah, I think he did. Yep. I think he did. Second baseman right there. 1972, Eddie Collins. Sticking with the 72 Kellogg's, George Sisler. George Sisler, another graded a 7. God, I love Kellogg's cards. I do. I was huge into Kellogg's cards in the 80s. I had all of the sets when I was a kid, all of them. And I mailed away for them. So that's what I would do. I would actually get the proof of purchase off the boxes. And then my mom or my dad would write me a check for $3. It would cost me $3 for the set. But I had 5 proof of purchases, and you'd send it off. And after 2 weeks, running to the mailbox. Just keep running to the mailbox, running to the mailbox. And I remember my first set, I think, was 80. And I remember having that set had Carew, Nolan Ryan, Brett, all those guys. It had a lot of studs in it that are now in the Hall of Fame. Next card. A 1971 Tom Magic. What do you think of that? I couldn't tell you what this guy did or anything. Let me just look at some of his stats. Yeah. Not much of a ball player. Hit 196, I think. I think it says 196. But not much of a ball player. Great grade. 7. Next one. Oh, here we go. Ron Brand. This is early Expos. Expos is my team. That is my team. Yep. I love the Spos. So, Ron Brand. Look at that. Also graded a 7. I love that card. Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. This is so cool. And I'm learning more. Not that I needed to learn more about baseball cards or baseball, but when I see guys like that, I want to know more about them. That's pretty cool. Oh, here we go. Sticking with the 71, but it's a lesser grade, but it's a Tom Seaver. That's a 2. Graded a 2. Tom Seaver, 1971. I love Seaver. I told you. 1961 Whitey Ford. Guy won a lot of World Series. He pitched in a lot of World Series games. Him, the Mick, Yogi, Phil Rizzuto, Billy Martin. Just great teammates, right? Just great teammates. And they played for so long together. And they just won so much. But Whitey Ford. That's a great card. That is a very, very cool card. Oh, what a great picture. And ready? Last but not least, to pull up the last card in the box, a 1970 Johnny Bench, graded a 5. That is a super sharp card. I want you to look at the corners. The corners, that's what makes, like, these are old cards. And for a card to stay that crisp, the edges and the corners, it just, I gotta believe there's something wrong with the surface in something like this for it to get a grade of a 5. You know, that's, you know, it's obviously it's not centered, but it's not too off centered. The top to bottom is good, but yeah, there you go. That's the last one. That's why I love this. That's why I want to keep sharing it with you guys. Did you see? Where is it? I got to find it. Where is it? It's somewhere in here. Where is it? There it is. There it is. That's it. That's awesome. Like, I'm still excited. So this is like opening a pack, and then tomorrow I'm going to come in and I'm probably going to look at this card 20 times tomorrow because that's how awesome it is. A 1953 Jackie Robinson. To me, it's just all about the collecting of Jackie. Like, Jackie was awesome. It's what he represents. I just found a 1953 Jackie Robinson. There it is. Jackie. He's awesome. He's legit. So we've been through it. Now I'm going to give you guys, so I'm going to give you my 5 favorites. And then I'm going to give you what I believed, and it's my opinion. Please give me feedback because this is where my perception can be off. I could be off, but I'm going to give you what I believe are the 5 better cards for collectors. So I'm going to start with mine. Number 5 for me was the 71 Nolan, graded a 6. And that's sentimental to me because it was my dad's favorite card, and I love, I loved. Nolan Ryan was a huge connection for us, no doubt. So next one for me, the Deckel, the 9 Bob Gibson. The guy was just an awesome pitcher, and I think he had one season where he finished. He had like 30 complete games. It was just ridiculous how many complete games he had. And I love old school. So that's it. Number 3, non-graded Roberto Clemente. I love it. Yeah, that's the 63 Fleer. I love it. I believe it's the 63 Fleer. Yep. Oh, I love Clemente. Yeah. 3,000 hits, man, on the money. I said it before. My number 2, I know you guys know what my number 1's going to be. I think you'll probably know. But my number 2, the 55 Jackie stamp. Jackie Robinson is just, he is one of my favorite players of all time. I would say top 3 or 4. And, maybe even top 3. Yeah, I would say top 3 for me. Then the 53 Jack. There it is. There it is. That's just awesome. I love this card. It's so flippin' cool. Look at it. Look at it. I still get jacked up. Just, oh my God. What a great card. And it was so weird. It was like, boom. Yeah, that was awesome. Okay. So now we're going to move on to what my opinion is the 5 best collector cards. Cards that people would want to collect. And I'm going to start with a more modern card, which is the 1997. That's the graded 10 Mickey Mantle. But it's a game-worn jersey. So, yeah, it's patented everything. Like, this card is actually patented. So it's just a cool card. I got to believe that there's a high demand for that card. I have to believe there is. Sticking with Mick, I'm going to go with my number 4 is the Mantles Clutch HR. You know, that's a 65, and it's a graded a 7. You know, I might be off base with some of these, so give me feedback. No doubt about it. Man, you won't hurt my feelings. I'm a collector, man, so I wear a lot of my feelings is on my sleeves, and I carry a lot of heart in my love for cards. So I may be off base. So that's my number 4. Number 3, this is more because of how old it is, and I know how good he was back in the day. This is a Bill Dickey. I'm going to go with the play ball 1941 Bill Dickey. That's what I'm going to go with. It's graded a 4. I think that's a solid grade for back then. Yeah. This one might be more heart, but the grade is what I believe is huge for this. The Campy. That's a 7. A 1952 Bowman 7. You know, I just got to believe that those are rare. Like, that high of a grade I just got to believe it's rare. So that's my number 2. And then my number 1 is going to be the 53 Barra Bauer Mantle, 4.5. Not just because I think this is a beautiful card. I think it's an exciting card. And I think a lot of collectors would like that card. I'm super stoked that I just found that, because I think it's a great card, and I think it's a great card for this collection, no doubt. There you go. But I got to tell you, I actually think this is the best card in the box, and I think it's the best collector card in the box. And that's not heart, but this is, look at that card. It's gorgeous. Yeah, I'm going to look at this a lot. I'm definitely going to look at this a lot. This was awesome. Guys, this was awesome. I swear I love this stuff. I love sharing it. And give me any feedback, please. I would love any feedback, because I want to keep doing this, and I want to do it the right way, and I want to do it so you guys enjoy it as much as I do. So that's how I'm going to end this first one. But I really, really do appreciate it. And I appreciate you guys checking this out. And we're going to keep doing this, man. We're going to keep feeding the wolf and having fun with it. And I'll guarantee you that we're going to find more Jackie Robinsons, more Mickey Mantles, more Babe Ruths, more Nolan Ryans, more Johnny Unitas. We're going to find so much more stuff, because we have literally the greatest American treasure literally to thumb through. And we're going to just keep sharing it. And we got football, baseball, basketball, hockey, non-sport, you name it. We're just going to keep feeding it. Listen, you guys be great. Thanks for joining us. Check that out.